Hey guys, Jess with Peekaboo Wreaths. So we are back to make a gorgeous glittery snowy bow for this wreath. So we have some really pretty silvers and blues, and we are just gonna take it up a level, take it up a notch. As Emerald used to say, kick it up a notch. Look at this ribbon. Can we say luxurious? It's like a mermaid tail. It's like a snowy perfection, everything. I love it. So this is a luxury ribbon. If you guys ever watch any of the fancy dancy wreath makers, this is what they're using. And you might have asked yourself, is that ribbon worth it? Yes. Is it good to use every time? No. Okay, realistically, no, probably not. All right, but it's a 12-inch tail. But you guys, oh, this ribbon is everything. It has a snowy detail. It has a thick ribbon. It has a middle portion that has glitter and like a fish net, but way classier. This ribbon is like the stuff of mermaid unicorn dreams mixed with ice. Like a snowy princess perfection. There. I don't know how many nice things I can say about it. I've never used those words to describe anything in my entire life. Snowy unicorn perfection. Yep. I said it, and I'm not going back on that. I fully mean that. But anyways, yes. This ribbon is very fancy. It is the fancy ribbon, but you know what? This wintertime and into Christmas, it's Christmas into wintertime, I should say. I've been doing a lot of like, just use it, right? It's like, you know, you buy the fancy stuff and then you don't want to use it because you don't want to waste it. But the whole reason you bought it was to use it. And you're actually, when you think that you're saving it, you're actually wasting it because you're not using it. So it's like the opposite of what you're trying to do is what you're actually doing. Can you tell I went to school for psychology? I didn't even mean to do it. It just came out. Anyways. But yeah, I mean, use the stuff. Use it, right? You can't, I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to not use it and then just let it sit for another Christmas season and then, I don't know, not use it again next year? Is that what you're going to do? I don't know. Come on. It doesn't make sense. I know we do things all the time that doesn't make sense, but come on guys, use it. Use your fancy supplies. That's why you bought them. Right? Okay. All right, so here we go. We got 2 loops on each side, a little over 6 inches in length. The tails are 22 inches. And when I say this ribbon is fancy, $40 roll. But you know what? I don't do it all the time. I don't do it all the time. And I don't do it most times. But you know what? Sometimes you gotta do it. For the mermaid tail. Anyways. Sorry, I love it. I have no excuses. I have no excuses. I have no solid plan on what we're doing for this. I know we're doing these. I know we're doing some more snowflakes. Let's see, I pulled all my silver and whites. I even have this one. Okay, so we did 2, now we're gonna do 1. I think we're gonna use this one because that's so pretty. We got lots of solid silvers. We have a few patterns. I took every white and silver ribbon that I had and I brought it out. I brought it all out. No stops. My customer wants a snowy wreath and that is what she's getting. Absolutely. All right. And this one is really pretty because it's a sheer with a dark blue sparkle on it of a snowflake. Let's make that tail a little bit smaller. Okay. So we did 2 loops and now we're going to do, let's see, how much ribbon do we have? Let's do 2 more. Just because it's on top of a 4 and this is a 2.5 inch. And you know what? There's no real rules in wreath making. You know what? Do what makes you happy. As long as it's not hurting anybody else, and it has to do with wreath making, it's a good time, guys. Don't stress over the details like that. Life is too short, and nobody will probably notice anyways. You're always your worst critic. Okay? Alright, so there we go. We're just coming in about a 1/2 inch and making 2 bows on each side, or 2 loops, not 2 bows. 2 loops for the bow. Okay, trying to make all those loops equal, and then I'm gonna dovetail that end. There we go. So you guys will have to let me know how you guys are liking this series on this snowy wreath. I think I made that tail much shorter than that one. Not much, a little bit shorter. I don't know why, when I make my bows, for some reason the right side tails are always longer than the left side tails. I don't know why. There's no rhyme or reason. Alright. I always use straight pins to keep my ribbons behaved when I store them. Okay, so we had 2 there. Now we're going to do 1 with this one, and then we're going to come in with our 1.5 inch silvers and whites. And I think that's going to be perfect. No. What are we going to do? Let's do this silver one first. We might not even use that blue one. I don't know. I got glitter, glitter. This one's nice though because it does not shed. The glitter does not come off this one. This is a 1.5 inch. We're gonna do 1 loop. Nice big one on each side. I think I bought this ribbon to work on my Lions wreaths. Even though football is like a mostly rough and tough sport, it's usually the wives that are throwing the wreath up there, so they want a little glitter too, right? All right, let's stick my pin in there. All right, so let's see, what do we want to do? Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna use this at all. Nope. We're just gonna add in our whites and silvers. We're gonna do 2 loops of this one. Next. I'm excited for this. We're gonna add so many nice, pretty snowy details. Oh goodness, I couldn't find my scissors for a second there. They were right in front of me. Goodness gracious. So we're gonna do 2 loops on each side with this one. We're making them a little bit smaller than the silver one beforehand. So we want all of our beautiful ribbons to be seen when we have our bow on display in this wreath. Trying to make all of our loops on this level even. My bow dabber is starting to hit its capacity. It's starting to not hold my ribbons. It's at 4.5 inches, nice and thick. Please be careful when you do your dovetails that you don't cut your fingers. It's not worth it. Just take the moment to slow on down. All right, I think we're gonna add in this white, and then I think we're gonna be done with our bow. We're gonna add 2 loops because why not? Okay. And then we're gonna leave the middle open because we're gonna be putting in some kind of silver detail in the middle, whether it's like a snowflake or a snowball, something snowy in the middle there, or a bell maybe even. I like how not all white glittered ribbon is the same. Some has like a silver tone to it. Some will have this one has like a little bit of a pink tone to it. Some will even have like a blue tone. So be aware. I think this works beautifully. Okay. I'm gonna dovetail that. My ribbon's starting to try to escape because this bow is so thick. So let's put that back in and make sure that everything is going the right way. All our loops are similar in size. There we go. All right. All right. So what I'm going to do now is take a pipe cleaner that is the same color as the pipe cleaners used in the wreath. That way we have a nice cohesive look in our wreath, even from the back, because the customer will see the back when they receive it, and I want to make sure everything looks as beautiful and professional as possible. Okay, so what I do is I'll just like crook it like an inch or so, and then I will push this down and take my hand and pull everything up and make sure that I hold it nice and tight so nothing's going anywhere. Slide the bow maker out. That's called a bow dabber, by the way. If you're wondering, you can buy them on Amazon or a craft store. Okay, and then you twist it as tightly as you can. Around the back, we don't want anything coming out. Okay, so the back looks like this. We have one long pipe liner and then a little one here. Okay, and that long one is how we're gonna attach it to our wreath. Okay, so I hold this right here in the middle where the pipe cleaner is, and then I pull all of my tails down where they belong. Okay, if you have your thumb here, you can be a little bit rough because you're not gonna pull any of the tails out of the wreath. Okay, okay, so there's your tails. You can run your fingers over them to make a nice loop. Okay, and then we have our bottom layer. Okay, we're gonna spread them out. So we're pulling them out like this. Okay, we have that middle one there. Okay, we're just putting our fingers in here and open them up a little bit. Okay, and then we have the two on top. I always ensure that I use wired ribbon so that it can be shaped. And there we go. Our nice, full, beautiful bow. Okay, we can add it onto our wreath while we're here together. There we go. We added our ribbon in. If you want to see that step, I did the video that was right before this one. Okay, we left one spot with no ribbon tails on it because we were going to add our bow right there. Okay, so I'm attaching it right where that mesh bundle is. Okay, I'm pulling that pipe cleaner right down to the frame. We don't want to pull our bow in so tightly that it gets like sucked in or like puckered up, right? We want to make sure that we see these ribbon tails over here, so we're pulling those out. Okay, we want it to be nice and secure, but we don't want it to be like sucked into the wreath, okay? So here we go. Okay, and then we're going to attach it. Can you guys see that? Attach it right to the frame, okay? So we literally take that pipe cleaner and twist it around the frame right there itself. So it's not going anywhere, okay? Because it's literally attached right to that weld. You guys see that? Right there, okay? Now we flip it over. And there we go. Okay. Nice and pretty. If you need to pull any of the loops to make them a little bit more even, you can. But I think this is gorgeous, and it is ready for us to add our sign on, which we can actually, why not? Let's do it together. Okay. I've had a few of you ask how I attach my signs. Sometimes, this looks a little bit of a hot mess, but sometimes I'll staple them in all four corners. This one, I just attached a cable mount with super glue, and then I did Gorilla Glue hot glue all around the edges. It's just extra precaution. And then I put a pipe cleaner through there. We see lots of strings here. All right, and then I'm going to attach it right to the frame. Okay, so I'm gonna move my bow a little bit so I can see what's going on here. And I want to cover up all four of the pipe cleaners. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And that kind of helps you to line it up too, to make sure that the sign is even. okay? Because I don't want a gap like in between like where my bow is and the sign, okay? I like it to look like this, like that. And then I'll put like a bell or something up here. All right, I'll put like one thing up here, okay? So that's kind of how I like to do it. Yeah? Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay, so while we're together, let me attach our sign in, and then if I need to adjust it, I can. Some people will ask if I go through the mesh. I kind of, the answer is kind of. If you go through the mesh, it kind of helps the sign not to slip, because it just kind of gives like an extra thing for the like the pipe cleaners kind of to stick to, if that makes sense. Because the mesh it is a woven material, so there are little holes in it. So yes and no. Okay, that's my answer, and I'm sticking to it. All right, so I want this top corner to be kind of up over there. So let me put that in there and then twist it underneath. And then if I need to adjust it once I hang it up to make sure that it's completely even, I can do that too. You can always untwist it. We're not gluing the sign in at all, so if we need to adjust it, we can. That was one of my big challenges when I first started making Wreath, was making sure that the sign was even. I kind of had a tendency to make the sign like over on one side more, maybe make it too tight on one side, different things like that, but it's kind of it's a learning process, right? You do better when you know better, right? As Oprah would say. Not necessarily about wreath making, but but you know what I'm saying. All right, there we go. Feel pretty good about that. If I need to adjust it once I hang it up, I can do that. And then I'm going to put my wreath hanger right here. While I'm thinking about it, I just use another pipe cleaner in the same color scheme. I take one of my business cards that I punched a hole in, and I attach it right to the frame. I don't want to flip this over and squish the bow, but I'll show you guys in a second. So yeah, I got my hot glue pot going so that we can add in all of our embellishments. We're going to be doing some silver bells. We're going to be doing some snowy pine cones. We got some snowflakes. I think that's it. Okay, so this is what my hanger will look like. Let me flip it over from behind right here. See, I attach it right to those two bars. All right, guys, we will see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.